just sharing a few things, products that I like, beauty tips, and just ways to save money, because sometimes also things that might work for me might not be able to work for you because we all are different, but I want to share some things just in case I can help you guys. Hey guys, so welcome to Kennedy K. Today guys, I am getting ready for the day and I was just thinking about how I wish when I was younger I got some big sister advice. And being a big sister of 16 kids, I thought, you know what? I am kind of a big sister now, so I might as well do a video on just sharing a few things, products that I like, beauty tips, and just ways to save money. And all of this is, there's no ads, so I'm just gonna be sharing you what I like, what I don't like. I'm gonna be real here. We're gonna start off with all these little beauty tricks and beauty tips that I would give. And obviously, some of this stuff is probably not gonna work for you, or obviously some things are just my opinion, so like don't take my word like the Bible, but you know what I mean. But these are things that I like personally, and I'm just really excited to share all these stuff with you because you know what? I've learned a thing or two, and I always share with my sisters, and you know, I was like, I should share with my sisters here as well. So we're gonna go on. So I just showered, and showering is always a great thing. Hopefully you know that. But my favorite tip for like sisters, then this is just an easy basic tip, is make sure you're clean. Like smelling good and just feeling clean is like the best feeling. And so make sure you wash yourself, pick a body wash that you love, and you can scrub yourself with that, and always shampoo and condition your hair. You don't want to do it super often because it can ruin your hair. When you feel like your hair starts getting greasy, which looks like it's kind of wet up here, make sure you start washing your hair. I usually like to wash my hair every like 3-4 days. I'm trying to train it to not go as greasy, but that's usually what I do. So, and then find a good shampoo and conditioner that you feel like your hair feels good in, that you like. I love mine. I use Kerastase. This is not an ad for them, but I really like their stuff. It smells good, and I've seen a lot of progress with my hair with it. I've been using it for over a year now. Once you're out of the shower, another tip for growing your hair. I've been trying to grow my hair. I have extensions in my hair, which is like, I'm actually getting new ones soon and they're not dyed, so excuse that. But I have extensions, which is like extra hair into your hair. I like it right now for thickness, and I'm trying to grow out my hair. I had really short hair before. I just never cut it, and so I always got split ends, and then I started seeing more damage to my hair because I never cut it. And so last year I promised that I was gonna start cutting my hair every 6 weeks, every 6 to 8 weeks, and I've seen so much progress with it. My real hair, I can show you guys. I've seen lots of progress, and I feel like my hair has gotten a lot healthier. So this is like length of my real hair, like down here. So it's getting there. My goal is I'm gonna take out my extensions next year. Also getting I already sprayed my hair with this, but a leave-in conditioner. Leave-in conditioner is the best. I really like this one. It's also Kerastase. I really like this one. It's Kerastase. I like this one too because it's a leave-in conditioner, but it's also protects your hair from heat. So I really like that one, and it's just an easy spray on. I also would recommend hair oil, which this is mine. I use another Kerastase product, which is I'm literally not, they haven't sponsored me at all, but I just like their stuff. I've only gone through this much, and it's been over a year. Great product to invest in. And I feel like that helps my hair a lot. Hair oil is so nice because obviously my hair is drying right now, but I'll show you guys more hair products with that. I'm not gonna do my hair yet. Usually after the shower, I dry it, and then, or I air dry it with a little towel. I did brush it out. Usually I don't brush it out, but I brushed it out this time. Try not to brush it out as long as possible because your hair is super delicate when it's wet, but I did not follow my rule there. And then I do sprays, oil it. If you don't have leave-in conditioner that has heat protectant on it, use heat protectant before you go blow dry your hair or anything. I usually like blow drying my hair because I feel like it helps my hair not be as oily as long. So I'll probably blow dry it after this, and I'll show you guys hair products, all that stuff too. So that's kind of like what I've done so far. I always wash my face in the shower, and I wash it in the morning and night, which is super important for acne. And we can go into acne now because I have so many tips because I've had so many issues with acne before. And I want to tell my sisters about this because I feel like acne is such a normal thing, and there's so many ways to fix it. And I always just thought that I couldn't fix it, but there's so many ways to fix it. And so I'm gonna show you guys what helped me a lot because I have you can even like kind of see the scars. Like I have no makeup on. This is just, I put on lotion, and I'll show you guys kind of what my skincare routine a little bit later. But this is like, obviously it's not perfect. I feel like I've had so much better because I just have it all up my jawline, which was hormonal. And I was washing my face, I was using all the products, and I was trying to do all these things for my face, and I felt like I wasn't seeing any success. I feel like probably there's one or two of you guys that have that same problem. And so I want to show you guys what helped me and give you hope, because sometimes also things that might work for me might not be able to work for you because we all are different, but I want to share some things just in case I can help you guys. So I take a medication. I went to a dermatologist and they helped me to take a medication for it, and it's not Accutane. Accutane sometimes is scary. Well, I know a lot of people that like it, but there is that period where you are shedding your skin and it's like there's so many side effects and it's sometimes really terrible. I found this one that I really like. It's like Spiralac. I don't even know how to say it, but I'll leave it down right here of what it is, because you can talk to your dermatologist about it. Obviously you have to have a doctor that prescribes it to you, but that helped me a lot. And then I started using some of these products as well. So this is also a prescription, but I use clindamycin, and I put it right here, and that's helped me. That was more for like any, what was it, like infection, because it was like so inflamed and everything. So this was for that, but I still use it and I really like it. It helps me a lot still with any breakouts. I wash my face every night and every morning. I'll show you some skin products that I like, because I've also been really into, and maybe some of you are younger, but there's probably some girls that are older, and I wish I started this earlier, is I started using more prevention things for wrinkles and for like age spots and a lot of things for when we're growing up, because right now I'm 25 and I feel like I'm starting to get into the age where I'm more likely to get wrinkles, and so I am doing more prevention now, but I wish I started earlier. So some things for prevention that I've noticed that have really helped, and I've talked to my dermatologist about it, and I've also done a little bit of research with it, is retinol is super big. I use this one. I use the Roche-Posay. I really like it. So I use that, and I don't do it every night. I do it every every 3 nights for this, but I just put it in spots where I'm more likely to, where like I scrunch a lot or where I'm like gonna get wrinkles. So like in my forehead, I use it there because I scrunch my forehead a lot. Other things that I have liked so far for my skin is I've been using the Drunk Elephant stuff. I've been using some of their products. I got like a tester of a bunch of stuff, and this one's probably my favorite, is the C Firma Fresh Day Serum, and I just put it on in the morning and I feel like it just brightens up my face. It's supposed to also help you with like wrinkles. I like this product a lot. I like, obviously the hard thing with like wrinkles and stuff is you don't, like, prevention is kind of harder to see like the result, but I was recommended this from a dermatologist and I really like it so far, and I feel like my face is a little more brighter and happier. I also use, this is like a trial run of it, but I've also really liked this. It's their eye cream from Drunk Elephant. Focus, there we are. That's what I use for my eye cream. Obviously it's little, but it's almost out, but this whole thing has lasted me like already 2 months, so it's doing good. And I just put it underneath my eyes right here, and then any extra I like bring up a little bit, but I feel like that has also helped me a lot for dark under eyes or things like that. So I got these trials from Drunk Elephant for Christmas because I wanted to see kind of what I liked and then put more money, because these things are expensive. I feel like it's worth it if I see results later on. I tried these both. I like both. They're like pretty good. I like it better than CeraVe because I used to use CeraVe, and I feel like CeraVe I had to continue to douse my face in it because my face gets dry super easily. But these ones I feel like I haven't had to have an issue with as much. So I like both of these. This one's the cream fondant and this is the polypeptide cream. So I like both of those. Another thing that I would say for at least wrinkle and face preserving preventative or like stuff that I really think everyone should use, especially young girls too. Like if you're 12 or 13, you should also get this because I feel like you will not regret it later on in life. And that is sunscreen. So I use the Elta MD, recommended by a dermatologist. I just got it off of Amazon, and I use their tinted one because it like, I feel like it gives me a little more color to my face. It doesn't give you that much coverage, but gives you a little tint, which is nice. If you are on TikTok or if you're in any preventative research at all, they always say use sunscreen. And in high school, I went to the beds, the tanning beds, and I would never put sunscreen on at all. And I'm starting to regret that, and I wish that I would have just done fake tan, which everyone gets, you may get made fun of, but it's so much worth it if that saves you from getting wrinkles later on. And then that Botox and all that stuff is so expensive, and who knows like what you want to do with that. And so you might, well, you're just better off using sunscreen. Plus it also is better for your skin and healthier for you. So, sunscreen. I actually haven't put sunscreen on yet, so we'll put some sunscreen on. I was going to get ready as I'm telling you guys all this stuff, but I have yet to get ready. So, let's keep going. I love sunscreen. Usually, I put it down my neck too, but I am wearing a turtleneck. Because, oh, also, this is important for all of you girls that are learning to like wash your face. Make sure you not only wash this part of your face, but your neck and your like lower chest area, or like this part, like your décolleté, I think it's called, I can't remember. Those are also really good spots because these also age. Not fun, we don't like that. For fake tan, this is also a big sister advice because I had to ask so many people and I had to try all these different things, and I wish I had someone to talk to me more about it. So I'll show you guys what I did, or what I found from my research. So I like this, but it doesn't stay on as long as I would like. They're the Drunk Elephant bronzing drops. They're pretty good. If you want something a little more long lasting, I say this is definitely worth your money. It's the Isle of Paradise drops. If you saw my Christmas video of what I got for Christmas, I got these. I tried it out and I did like a few little ones of their little packets, and I loved it. Loved it, loved it. I got their darker one because if you get the medium one, I feel like I had to do like 8 drops for it to show, but I use the dark one and I only have to do 2 drops, so it saves you money in the end if you get darker ones, if that makes sense. So I use this. I obviously don't use it tonight because I exfoliated this morning when I washed my face tonight. When I'm putting my lotion on, I'll do a few drops in my lotion, I'll mix it up. And I wouldn't use your hands with it. I usually use like a face mask I have a little set from like Amazon that was like a few bucks. Then I mix it all up and then I put it on my face, and then it blends a lot better. And then I don't get it all over my hands, which is nice. Also, be aware if you have long nails because it can get under your nails and then it makes your nails all brown and gross, and that's not fun. I did that. Anyway, these are great. I already did most of my face skincare stuff, so now it's just makeup. But we're gonna do these bronze drops. So I put the bronzing drops on. For you beginners, make sure you get all your neck and right here too, because that is where like the biggest mistake I've ever done, or like that I see with girls, is they don't bring it down their neck. And if you're doing your hair up, maybe put some also in the back of your neck. It all blends together. And if you have a lower shirt, make sure you like do it on your chest area so that it all blends and it doesn't like look so fake. So that's a big recommendation I do for makeup. Also, before you do anything in the morning and night, brush your teeth. I know sometimes at night you're like, no, you're like, I'm too tired. But I promise you, you'll never regret ever brushing your teeth. I love brushing my teeth. It's the best feeling when you have just a clean, minty mouth. That's just another big sister tip. And you always are gonna wanna do that, and you always want white teeth. And some for white teeth stuff too. You don't really need any fancy, like my teeth, they're pretty white. Like, they're not like giant pearly white, but I feel like they overall are pretty white. And I just use the Crest whitening strips, and I feel like that helps so much. I think the Crest whitening strips are like 30 bucks. I think at Costco, or I think I get like a deal at Costco. I don't remember how much it is, but they work just as well, and I don't have to pay like hundreds of dollars to whiten my teeth. So recommend those for anyone that wants whitening strips. You have to be patient with them sometimes, but they show up pretty well for me, and I feel like I have a lot of success with those. Next, for makeup, most of you guys know I have lash extensions. I just like the way it looks. I feel like it's better for me for time, like it like saves time throughout the day, which I like, but expensive, which sucks. I love my lash extensions, but if you want something else, something that I recommend, and I've had this, if I'm not using lash extensions, I always use Babe Lash. Anyway, Babe Lash, it's lash serum. They just changed their name. They used to just be Babe Lash, but now it's Babe Original. But their stuff is so good. I really saw a huge difference in my lashes when I used it. I use it a lot on my mission because you can't really go get your lashes done. So I just used it every day, and my lashes were insane. Like, I had so many girls come up to me and be like, your lashes are so beautiful, like, what do you do? And I have naturally thick lashes, but they're not very long. And these really lengthened my lashes, and they kept that thickness, which I really liked. And it was so insane that I literally would get lashes like in my tear duct sometimes, because I just like, my lashes were just growing like crazy. So definitely recommend Babe Lash if you're interested. I also have a discount code. I think my thing is Kennedy15 that gets 15% off. So if you're interested, check that out. Honestly, I promise you, it's not like, this is not like an ad thing. I really, really like that product. I even put it on my lashes now just so I get scared that these lashes will damage my lashes. And so I put them on just to give them a little extra vitamins and love. The Babe Lash is great. Now let's just go on to face products. I am a person that really doesn't like spending money on tons and tons of makeup. I'll spend it on certain things that I think is worth it. I don't spend like $500 just on makeup. But I'll show you guys what I have and what I kind of like. For foundation, I already showed you the sunscreen, and usually after that I usually do this glow lotion. It's supposed to be like the Lumi Glotion. It's supposed to be a dupe for the Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. And if you watch TikTok, you'll totally see that. I like this one a lot. I've been using it since last March, so almost a year. And I always just get a little bit like that, and I just put it on. I do feel like it makes my skin a little more glowy, and I feel like it helps grip everything on my makeup and helps it stay on longer, which is actually kind of nice. And this is like, I got it from Ulta. Now it's like basically sold out, but if you ever see it, grab some because it's not that expensive, and I feel like it's a fun thing that helps make your makeup a little bit better. Then I just use this foundation. It's Lancome. I also got this like a month or a year ago, and it's lasting me a good while. It's almost gone, but I love it because it's a pump kind. So one thing I would recommend for any girls that have a kind where like they can get inside of the makeup, or if they open it up, be very careful with that because that can easily spread bacteria and start causing breakouts. So I really like how this one is just a pump, and I don't have to touch inside, and I don't have to worry about spreading bacteria. With the Glotion, I spread it all over my face, but with foundation, I like to put it on the ends of my face and then bring it toward, like, forward. I like to put some under my eyes too, because I have yet to find a concealer that actually does not crease. And creasing means like you'll see like little white lines. I've yet to see one that's like that, and I just don't think it's worth the money sometimes. I just use foundation and put it everywhere, and you are welcome to use concealer. I just have yet to find one I love. So if you have any that you really, really like that you don't crease, let me know. That's just for me. I don't like it being caked on my face. I don't want to have to worry about my makeup coming off on people's shirts or other things like that. And obviously sometimes it just happens naturally, but I try not to cake my face. Like putting it here and bringing it this way, because then I still get coverage, but it's not that cakey look. It spreads evenly on my face. But what works for me is that I do it just a little tad darker than what my normal skin is, so that I feel like it still gives me a little bit of that tan, but I don't want to go super orange, and I don't want to go too dark where I look crazy. I want to look as natural as possible. So next, after these two things, I always put my makeup away right away too. I don't like leaving it on the counter because that helps me keep everything clean. For me personally, I like to do, I have like just this N7 powder, and this is also supposed to be due for the Charlotte Tilbury, and I really like it. Also, wash your brushes often if you can. This causes bacteria if you don't wash your brushes, and then you're gonna have a lot more breakouts. That was another thing. I had to get new brushes after I had all my major breakouts, because if I didn't get new brushes, it would just come back again and again and again. If you wash your brushes properly, that helps to make the bacteria go away. Because if you think about it, bacteria is like sparkles. If you ever spill sparkles, it gets everywhere. It gets in every corner, and you can try to wash everything, but sometimes you have to be so particular in washing everything. You need to make sure it's all gone. And it's really hard because sparkles are everywhere, and you find more even though you think you cleaned it. And that's kind of how bacteria is. It really gets everywhere, and so you have to think, okay, if it touched this, then I need to clean that as well. If that makes sense. Just make sure you are really good at thinking about everything your face touches or that touches your face, and try to make sure you wash everything in pretty often so that you don't continue to share that bacteria all over your face, because we want clear skin. We want clear, happy skin. I think every girl wants that. Also, for makeup girls, always be careful to push when you're pushing down on this part of your eye, like your lower eye, because that is like the part where it's really hard for your skin to continue to replenish itself. So you always want to be super gentle right here underneath your eyes. For bronzer and stuff, I use cream and then I use it with powder after. I like these ones. They're from Fenty. There was a sale and I got them, and I ended up really liking it. For contour, I like to just kind of put it in little certain spots. I always put it under my jaw so it like accentuates my jawline. I like to put it up on my cheekbones, on my forehead, my nose, and I have been really lazy lately, but I don't really use eyeshadow as much anymore, but I just put some right. I like to make the 7 on my eye, right where that bone is, your eyebrow bone, whatever it's called. It gives me a little more color still and makes my eyes pop. All right, so then I blend it. I do little circles, and I always try to go up on my face and blend, blend, blend. I feel like that's the best thing that you can do, is just make sure you bring it all down your neck. You want to bronze the neck. You want to tan your neck just as much as you want to tan your face. And I always kind of put it into my hairline so that it still all matches and you don't want those crazy lines. Honestly, I just kind of like this on my nose for the contour, which it might just ruin everything that I just did and maybe just makes it a little more brown, but I like the way it looks, so that's kind of what I do. And then I just get a little shadow brush and do a little 7 with my eyes. And then I go like this, bring that up so I don't have any dark part, and then I like to put it right here in my crease as well. Just bring that in. Then I set it with powder. I just used the Wet n Wild one. I've liked it. It's been pretty good. Stays pretty much like all day. So I do that, and then I have this blush, just the same Fenty one. Got on sale, and I like to put them on my cheeks and then on my nose a little bit to give that little rosy color. And circle it, bring it up. I've put my blush right above my cheekbone, and then just bring it up. Then for brows, I'm not the best brow person because I just have naturally very dark eyebrows. And all I do is I just brush them up and then I put some gel in them. But one thing I would recommend is just don't go too dark on your brows. You just want them to kind of match your like hair, if that makes sense. Well, if you have blonde hair, this is kind of different, but just try to be careful on like how dark you want your brows because sometimes it can look a little funky. For brow gel, I just use this Anastasia, that's how you say it, one. And then I use this like e.l.f. stick and I just clean it all the time. I liked it so far. I feel like this has been over a year as well and I still have tons of it. And I just do a tad because I don't like when my eyebrows look slicked onto my face, but I like it where they stay in place. I have the Dior lip oil. I wanted to see if it was worth the hype. I like it. I feel like you can find dupes that are just the same. It does give you that pretty glow. So I also love the Laneige lip mask, but that is also pretty pricey. And something I feel like that works just as good is Aquaphor. I use Aquaphor all the time. I use actually this even more than I use my lip mask. I feel like I can take it with me everywhere. I don't have to get my fingers, like, it's hard sometimes to like get the little circle and get the lip mask out. And I love how I can just put on my finger just like this, and then I always wipe some on the back of my hands to give them a little more moisturized and give them a little more love. Anyway, this is just the makeup, easy makeup look, and I feel like it helps you to stay a little more bronzy tan, and it's not super crazy. Then, with hair, for Christmas, I got the Dyson dupe, which is the Shark. The Dyson Airwrap, if you don't know. Anyway, I think everyone knows about it. I got the Shark one and I love it. Sadie has the Dyson and I feel like it's basically the same. This one's just like $300, $400 cheaper. Definitely try it out. Also, for brushing your hair and blow drying it up, I always would want to, or blow drying it, I would always get your roots, flip upside down so that they're getting used to like, that gives them a little more volume when they're blow dried up, if that makes sense. Because then your hair wants to stay up more naturally. So I'll blow dry my hair and then I'll show you guys the final look and give you a little more few tips. Okay guys, so it's pretty much blow dried. I didn't brush it yet, so it kind of looks pretty great. For brushes, I use a wet hair brush. I usually don't follow that lead right there. Brush from the bottom up, and then work your way up. That helps a lot with tingles. Always use heat protectant on your hair. We already talked about this, but I want to keep that hair nice and protected. And another thing I try to do too is when it's hair washing day, I put heat on it. But after that, I try as much as possible to not put any heat on it after, because then I'm not putting so much damage on my hair, which is nice. So a lot of times for my hair after it's all blow dried, you can curl it. And I have this curling iron. It's the Beach Waver. It's kind of a little funky to learn how to use for first because it curls for you. I'm not gonna curl my hair today, but I'll just show you guys a little bit of what it is and how, my opinion of the best way to curl your hair. For this one, a lot of girls, if you have a normal curling iron, because you can see that this one has like a little smaller, but I love it because it does a lot of work for you. This curling iron, I can wrap it like this and I still get that look, the Utah look of like, where it's a little straight on the bottom, but it like looks like beach waves. This is like perfect for it because if you have a normal curling iron with the latch or with a longer latch, usually how you want to do it with curling your hair is you're gonna want to get a piece of hair and you're gonna get your latch, and this usually would be a little longer, and you turn it, and when you bring it down and you curl it, it's like this. You have a little bit of hair out and you still have it spread and it's all warm or whatever. You're gonna want to unravel it and twist it as you're doing that, and going down, the same thing. You're gonna do a little that and then bring it all the way down, and then it would be curled. Oh, it actually kind of curled it for me. What the? Even though it's not on. Okay, so you can do that with a normal curling iron if you just have like a normal straight curling iron. With this beach waver, you don't have to do that like unraveling thing. Sometimes when I'm in a hurry, I just turn it myself. But you also can use this little thing and it will, let me turn it on for a second. You'll see, like, I can show you, just like this, and it rolls for you. That's on the slow motion, but I can also turn it to go faster, and then you can just have it go out and it will still look the exact same way of that beach wave kind of look. Anyway, that's kind of a tangent, but I like this curling iron. It's great. But I don't want to curl my hair today. For straightening, I like using this with my Shark. Again, I've only had this for like 2 weeks, but I love the look of the blowout with just a little bit of my ends like curling under. You can also do buck straight, which is kind of self-explanatory. You just straighten it with a straightener. But I like this one because I feel like it gives me more volume, and I still love that look of like where the curls are a little underneath and it's like all kind of wave, a little bit of wave to it and volume. You also can use this, the Shark also has like the same thing as the Dyson Airwrap where you like, and it goes up and then you like do a little blow, or you do a little cold blast and then release it. This one stays actually pretty good for my hair. My hair though holds really good curl, especially with extensions, but it does hold pretty well. But I don't want to do that today. I'm just gonna do it straight, but you can use this. I would say one thing that I've noticed for both the Dyson and for the Shark is it's a lot less hair than you think. Like maybe I just use bigger pieces to curl my hair, but I have to do a lot smaller pieces when I use this because it doesn't suck up a ton of your hair. So you have to do like smaller pieces, if that makes sense. Anyway, we're just gonna do this brush. Turn on. Didn't talk about this, but I also separate my hair a lot. So I just use a little clip and I separate my hair in pieces so that I feel like I get every single hair. Especially when you're curling hair, make sure you do this and make sure you get every single piece. You can even get a mirror and check in the back because you don't ever want just a straight random piece in the back. This is a way that helps me to make sure I get every single piece. So what I do is I get a little piece and I put everything else in the back and then I just work my way to the side. Alright guys, hair is done. It's just straight, but it has a little bit of more volume with it and little curls. Anyway, I like it like that. Thanks guys for watching my advice and big sister tips. If you guys have any other things also, you guys are sisters too, so leave it down below, comment anything that you have, ideas, questions, any other tips you have, I'm happy to hear. Alright, love you all, bye.